The fuck's going on, man? This is No Joe Coward coming at you live from, you probably already know, so I'm not even gonna fucking say it. And yes, I just did a video 10 seconds ago and I'm doing another one. Go fuck yourself. It's fun. I like to do it, okay? I enjoy what I do. Yeah, today I'm going to talk about weed. I'm going to talk about marijuana, cannabis. I'm going to talk a little bit just about how I feel about it and what I think it's good for and what I think it's not good for. I think it's good for many things. What did I write here in my notes? Excuse me, hiccups. I think it's good for after you exercise. Now, depending on what you're doing, maybe it will enhance your exercise. And when I say exercise, I mean it could be anything. It could be playing a sport. I know guys that like to go lift weights high. I used to do that, and I noticed that I was actually more into it. I was more focused. But towards the end of the workout, once the initial high wore off, I just felt sloppy. And I started making excuses as to why I couldn't go all out in the workout. So I think that it might start out well for you, but maybe you should do it after you work out and then do it before stretching. So like bust ass in the gym, get high, and then stretch, dude, because stretching high is amazing. Stretching high is amazing. It's very therapeutic, so I would recommend that to anybody. I think it's good for music. I think that anybody who smokes weed and listens to music will tell you that music is definitely more intense when you're stoned. Namely because it warps your perception. And that's kind of what weed does. I mean, it doesn't even get you high as much. Like, I don't feel a body buzz. Like, my body doesn't feel high. For me, it literally just warps my perception. Meaning that, like the best way for me to describe how weed works is the THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. Yeah, that's a big word for a guy in a douchey hat, right? Tetrahydrocannabinol is what THC stands for, and it's the drug in weed that gets you high, that warps your perception. And what I mean by that, to me, it's like what any drug does, including alcohol, is it gives you a key to a locked door in your mind. You know, that perception, that state of mind that you have when you're on drugs is already inside of you. It already exists in your mind. But for me, the way I see it is it just gives you the key and it opens the door and you see. And to me, that's what it is. So it just warps your perception. It changes how you look at things. That's what perception means, dumbasses. It means how you view things mentally, physically, whatever, dude. And talking about physically, it can enhance the feeling of sex. Maybe because your body's more sensitive. I'm not sure if that's it as much, but you definitely have more vivid sexual fantasies and sexual thoughts, I think. At least for me. Like, sometimes, like, especially back when I was a teenager, I used to jerk off a lot. Like, I used to masturbate a lot. Maybe like 2 or 3 times a day. Maybe more sometimes, depending on how bored I was. But sometimes I would just get really high and I'd jerk off. And I noticed that my sexual fantasies were just way more vivid and intense and graphic, and which made me come harder. Like, it gave me a better orgasm. And to be honest, dude, I've never had sex when I was high on weed. I've just never done it because I don't know. I've just never been in the situation, I guess. It's not that I don't want to. I just haven't. Because like mostly when I was around my girlfriends, I didn't want to be high. Because it made me paranoid. And that's what my next point is, paranoia. Paranoia is the biggest side effect of weed, in my opinion, and it's obviously the most negative side effect. Look, if you're going to a fucking, if it's your first day on the job, don't get high and go to your fucking job, dude. If you have, if you have lots of schoolwork to do, don't get high, man. It might seem cool at first, but dude, it's just gonna throw you off track. And unless you're talented, because I don't have that kind of focus when I'm high. Also, paranoia can be dealt with like this. You know going into it, before you smoke, you know going into it that you're going to get paranoid. You know what's coming. But yeah, we get paranoid every single time. We overanalyze what we say. We overanalyze what we think. We overanalyze what we did in the past and what might happen in the future. And it leads to an overwhelming stimulation of thought. And thinking is good, but when you think too much, man, it can make you fucking paranoid. It makes you overthink. So I would say that if paranoia is an issue for you, when you're getting paranoid, just say to yourself, it's just the weed. You're not really a dumbass for saying what you said. You're not really a fucking loser. You're not really going to lose your job. You're not really going to die. Well, you might, but you're not. All these negative thoughts you're having, it's just the drug. And it's actually a good thing, because what weed does too is make you more aware. It might make you see things in your life that you need to change. Something that you're doing wrong. Maybe the way you treat people, the way you treat yourself. And that's what I think it's good for as well. So paranoia can be a good thing if you know how to use it. If you know how to transfer that paranoia from a negative state of mind to a positive state of mind and be more self-aware, not just of yourself, but everything, around you, the people around you, that is good. That is a good thing. So anyways, guys, I hope this video didn't go on too long, but that's kind of how I feel about marijuana. I personally don't really smoke anymore. You can get weed here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, no problem. It's everywhere. It's super cheap. I mean, maybe a 10-gram bag is like $10 to $15. And it's not bad. It's pretty good weed. I actually did a video about where to get weed here. You can pretty much get it anywhere you go, dude. It's super available, super cheap. But anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Hope you guys maybe subscribe to my channel, share some of my videos. If my videos are too long, or the lighting's not good, or if the sound quality's not good, let me know. Because the only way that I'm going to get better at this is through you, through my viewers. So give me some feedback. I mean, if I'm doing something wrong or whatever, I might not take your advice, but tell it to me anyways, man. All right, guys. It was great speaking to you. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.